Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna try to keep this video short, unlike just about all my videos. I start rambling and the video lasts forever. But basically, well, I had a crash last weekend, so I'm a little sore. Bike's okay though. Um, in the last 5 years, because I've moved out to Alberta about 5 years ago, I spent, well, probably what most of my family, besides my dad, would say is an obscene amount of money on my bikes. That's I, I love cycling. I like having the right gear, good gear. Like if my view is if you use it a bunch and it's worth it, or it ends up being worth it, because if you spend a little bit more money, not not top of the line money, but if you spend good money, should last longer, should treat you better. Anyways, I've spent enough money that a lot of my friends kind of like, just like, how much money do you make in a year? And the reality is, I don't make a whole lot of money. I just spend all my money on my cycling. I could have bought a house now, could have had a down payment, and probably probably about a quarter of a house out here paid for. And houses out here are retarded for pricing. Back home, my parents' house sold for about $400,000. Out here, it'd sell for $1.5 million. But yeah, but really like to get a sponsorship. But one thing sponsorships don't entail, they help you save money, which is good. Help offset some of the costs of being an athlete. But what I want to talk about today is, what do you guys think are good brands? Everyone has specific ones. For me, I noticed in the last 8 years of cycling for road, Specialized. I've always jumped on a Specialized, and just the geometry, it just fit. It just felt right. I've tried top level Treks. I've tried top level Cannondales. I've tried top level Konas. Like basically all the big brands. But for some reason, there's something about Specialized that their geometry, it just feels right. Not saying those other brands aren't as good as Specialized, but for some reason, they just fit. They just felt right. They felt like they're made for me, which I feel important. Now I've jumped on my Kona Jake, and for some reason, for that discipline, for cyclocross, the Kona Jake, it is like Specialized for me. It just fits. It just, as soon as I jumped on it, perfect. Their other bikes, I don't ride a whole lot of mountain, and that's what they're into, but it just feels right. Then we go into pedals. I've tried Look, I've tried Speed Play, but for some reason for road, the SPD pedals, I like them. They're very similar to the Look and the Garmin pedals, but they just have that wider base, and I feel that's what I like. Then when I got into mountain biking, I didn't really like all the extra moving parts of the Shimano mountain bike pedals. So I went with Crank Brothers. And the Crank Brother pedals, I took a little while to get used to where the cleats sit on a mountain bike shoe, a little bit different, but I love them. And for me, they feel just like the Shimano pedals, but you know, it's not going to work for everybody. I like the Shimano shifters. This new bike that I might be getting, I was looking at getting the 2018 Major Jake, but I've seen the new Major Jake for 2019, and yeah, it's one buy, but I've noticed with the 2-buy system and riding cross, if I'm racing, 1-buy will definitely be the way to go. I just didn't want to limit myself to 1-buy just for general riding. But I don't know. I think I might get it. Tire wise, for cyclocross tires, I love the Continentals. They just, the tread pattern, the cost, the how they hold up. I like that. You have to have trust in your tires. You have to have trust in your equipment. I trust those. But the Continental tires, I'm kind of still iffy about. I prefer on my carbon rims having the Specialized Turbo Cottons. Phenomenal tires. They do wear out pretty fast though, so I try to save them for race days. But my training tires, which I've been riding for 8 years now, are the Trek, or I guess it'd be Bontrager tires. R2s I find are perfect for training. R4s I'm kind of getting away from because I've gone to Specialized, but I've just ridden so much on the Bontrager tires. I'm just used to them. They wear good. And then one thing I like about the Bontrager tires that I haven't noticed with any other brand, but it's probably because they have a patent on it, is if you can see, they kind of have like an extra bead. And basically you have your original bead that your rim ties into, but then you have an aerofoil that kind of, see if I have it. Yeah, I got it on this tire here. So it just kind of fills the gap in between the rim and the tire. Usually you have a little bit of a hook in there, and I don't know, I just like that. I think that's pretty cool. But yes, so like, what do you guys like? My question is, what do you guys trust in? What brands that, even though they might cost a little bit more, you just have better faith in them? What brands do you like? And that's what I like about not having a sponsorship, is I can pick and choose. If a company burns me, or I don't like how they're taking their business, I can switch. I can go to a competitor. It doesn't hurt me. But what do you guys like? What are the brands that you go after? If you do road and mountain, are there certain brands you only use on the road or on the mountain bike that you won't use on the vice versa? Tell me what you guys use. Let's hear. Thanks for watching. Yeah, just keep on riding.